Hello love bugs, it's Nikki and welcome to another episode of Call Me Ruby. I am so excited to be before you guys again. I know I always say that, but I truly get excited when it's time to do a video. About today though, I do not have a set topic on the agenda. I just simply noticed that I hadn't did a video in 3 weeks, and I told you guys I would do videos more. So I said, okay, let me just cut on the camera and just see what God wants to talk about. So once I just sat down and just thought about, what can I talk about? God began to just reveal to me the things He's been teaching me about praying for my future spouse. And I thought that's a great topic. So that's what I want to talk to you guys about. Praying for your future spouse. Now, I'm pretty sure most of us are familiar with the Pray for My Future Spouse challenges. A lot of churches do them, a lot of ministries do them. There are a lot of books out there that encourage you to pray for your future spouse. And those things are so empowering and so encouraging. But my thing is, whenever that 3 days, that week, or however long that time frame is to pray for your future spouse ends, and maybe what you expected or thought was going to happen within that time did not happen, do you fall off of praying for your future spouse? If within that time you didn't bump into them at the grocery store, they didn't stumble into your DM, they didn't magically show up at your door, all those things you probably expect. Because we all go into those challenges with different expectations. Some just say, they're setting up, they're positioning themselves to, meet their future spouse. Some expect to actually run to that person during that, session, that challenge time. There's so many expectations. But it seems that if you didn't get what you thought was going to happen, you don't tend to be as committed and dedicated to praying for your future spouse. What God has been revealing to me is that, those things are amazing. Those things are needed. But we need to get in the practice of making it a priority to be praying for your future spouse daily. Don't be so focused on, and I know it's hard because a lot of us singles, we're really, really ready to meet our spouse. We're tired of being single, all that good stuff. But make it a priority to make the focus be to prepare them for you, to prepare yourself for them. How many of y'all, when y'all doing the challenges, the future spouse challenges, you find yourself always looking around when you go to the grocery store, and when, it's just like your mind just thinking, it's going to happen because I'm doing the challenge. It's got to happen because I'm doing the challenge. And you feel so crazy. You looking at everybody like, could that be? No. Like, I'm guilty of that. Grocery store trying to pick out a pineapple or something, and you'll see an attractive guy look your way, and you just think, okay, could this be the one? And you just try to position yourself, for said moment, and in your mind, you hear this choice of music playing in your head, and he's walking over to you, oh, so eloquently, and he's gonna say, I've been praying for you. But that didn't happen. He just kept walking. He was just looking to be looking. And you go to your car, feeling all kinds of crazy. Y'all know we do that stuff. But it's okay. God understands. He may be looking at us kind of side-eyed, but He understands. God understands our moments. God understands when we do things like that. We just got to learn to just submit. And it's okay. It's actually normal to do things like that. You can't help but wonder. You can't. But my thing is, there's a place you can get in God. There is a place that it's a peace He can give you, where you not feel like you have to always just be looking and wondering, but you just trust. It's a place of trust. You just trust that in His timing, it's gonna happen. You don't have to you think that every single situation is gonna be it, or you don't have to think like every time someone looks at you, it's gonna be it. You just have to be in a place of trusting God. He's not gonna let you miss that moment. He's not gonna let you. It's just a place of rest. God is wanting you to just rest, sis. From experiences that I've heard, people that I've, talked to, videos I've seen, they were always saying that it wasn't a matter, is this it? Is this it? They knew. It was a way that God just made them aware that they knew. So don't make yourself crazy. Like just be look presentable when you go out. If you're single, look presentable when you go out, but don't be in a position where you're always trying to wonder if this person's dead. He looked at me, he smiled at me. Don't, please don't do that. So let's just stay on track. Let's stay focused with what these challenges are all about. I'm just making fun because we know we've all been there. We've all got to the point in our singleness where we're just kind of over it, and we can kind of do things that kind of seem kind of crazy, and we have to pull ourselves back in and say, okay, God, you got it. I'm not gonna be out here in these streets looking crazy, thinking crazy, or doing crazy. So you got it. Such an amazing thing. We just let go, just trying to figure out who this person is, when it's gonna happen, all this stuff. We're always gonna wonder when it's gonna happen. Let's just be realistic. I know some people be like, oh, I just stopped caring about, not knocking their story, because everyone has their own story. But some people, a lot of the videos you watch, they're talking about, I just stopped caring about a relationship and I just focused on God. That's true. Right now, God has me in a place of just focusing on our relationship, and it's beautiful and I love it, and there's nothing like it, and I wouldn't trade it for the world. But let's just be honest. It hasn't caused me to forget about the fact that I'm single. It hasn't caused me to forget about the fact that I do want to get married. It's not pressing. It's not something I have to have. It's not causing me to be depressed. It's not causing me to be depressed or down or anything like that. I am content. I am truly content in the place that God has me, and I'm so grateful for the place that He has me. Like this, the overflowing of love, joy, peace, things He's revealing to me. Just our relationship has been nothing short of beautiful. Nothing short of beautiful. But I'm just gonna be honest, there's never a time where I don't want to be married, that I don't want companionship. It's just God has shown me the right way to prioritize things. He's shown me the right way to He's put it in the right place for me, I guess you could say. He's put it to where, I'm happy with or without. I'm happy in my singleness. I'm happy. I have joy in my singleness. I have happiness. I have peace because I have Him. But He's given me a desire to be married, and that's just how it is. It's gonna be there. He's given me that desire. And so I do think about, finding my spouse. I do wonder all the time, is it gonna be today? Is it gonna be but I don't it's not an idol in my life. It's not something that I obsess about, But in all honesty, yes, I do think about it. Something that I like to do, and I've mentioned this in several of my videos. If you follow my videos, if you don't, subscribe so you can keep up with the new videos as they come. Subscribe. But something that I like to do is when I have my prayer time daily, I do it while I'm walking. I walk 2 miles daily, and that's the time that I use to just pray, worship God, listen for His voice. Whatever God would have me to do in that time, that's when I like to do it, because it's outside and it's pretty, and I live in this really beautiful woodsy area, and it's such a beautiful tapestry of trees, and you hear the birds chirping. You guys, it's so beautiful. It's such a blessing, and it takes my prayer experience to the next level. There's something about it, and I always say it in my videos, there's something about nature. Just being out there in God's beautiful creation, praying, and it's like everything around you. It's like everything around you just agrees with the prayer, it's all worshiping God. It's just beautiful, you guys. So I just recommend that you take your prayer time outside. It's something about that beautiful nature and praying. But anyway, I digress. You guys, when I'm outside praying, I goes in, okay? I go in. I don't know what my neighbors are thinking when they see me outside. I'm just up and down this hill, speed walking up and down this hill, just going in about whatever God puts in my heart to pray about. And one thing that I have begun to pray about every day is my future spouse. And it is the most beautiful experience imaginable, you guys. It's not just a man we just going out there just praying about, this is what I want, and blah, 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 blah. No, I pray for his life. I pray for his purpose. I pray for every aspect of his life, and it's such a powerful, beautiful experience. And there are times where I'm walking out there and God has given me things to pray about, and it's this overwhelming feeling of love that I will feel for this person, and I haven't even met him. There's an overwhelming feeling of love. God has actually revealed to me characteristics of this person. He's revealed to me things about this person's personality. I don't have He hasn't revealed to me anything regarding how the person looks. He hasn't revealed to me anything regarding how his physicality. But he's revealed to me a lot of things regarding his personality, his nature, and just things, his love for God. And it's just, as he's doing so, it's this overwhelming, there's this overwhelming feeling of love for a person I have yet to even meet. But it's so strong, and I really can't explain it. But I can only imagine. I can only imagine when I meet this person. If it's already like this before I even meet this person, I can only imagine. So I encourage you to just invite God into this situation. Invite God into this area of your life. Don't just get caught up in the hype of a pray for my future spouse challenge. Don't get all getting excited about it. I get it. It's hard not to do that. It's hard not to be so focused on, I'm about to meet my boo. If I pray these prayers, if I do these things, if I fast, if I do A, B, or C, I'm going to meet him. Yes, that can happen. There are many times where God has used a pray for my future spouse challenge to do just that. But it doesn't happen that way for everybody, because everybody is not positioned to, already to receive their spouse right in that setting, right when you do the meeting, right after, during. It's just, sometimes it's just training ground. And sometimes it's just a matter of God getting in the practice of praying for that person daily. It's not just something you're supposed to do every once in a while or during a challenge, but it's supposed to be something you do every day. Because when you do meet that person and when you do marry, it's going to be imperative that you pray for one another daily. You're going to need those prayers to keep you focused, to keep you on one accord, to keep you, in a place of servitude towards one another, of love, because love is not a feeling. Love is a commitment. It's dedication. And you're going to need prayer to keep you in one accord with God and each other. So I just encourage you to begin to pray for your future spouse daily. Set out a time where you just allow God to speak to you concerning this person, because He will. God desires that you meet the person for you. God desires that you, and He doesn't want it to be this long, drawn out process. Trust me, God is ready to handle business. God is ready for you and your spouse to handle business. He knows that together, He knows that the power in your togetherness is what He desires. He has things He has you two to do. And He's not trying to prolong that or draw that out or delay that. It's our mindset. It's our positioning. It's our character. It's our integrity. There are things within us that God is trying to grow. Things in us He's trying to purge out. There's things in us He's trying to make us aware of. He's wanting us to grow and mature in areas that, will complement our relationships. So just make it a point to pray for this person. Pray. I'm talking about really pray. Don't just say no generic, prayer. I'm talking about really ask God to reveal to you what to pray regarding your future spouse. He will tell you. He wants to tell you. He will tell you things about this person. He will tell you, trust me. And it's a beautiful experience to know that there is actually someone that He's preparing for you. Someone that He's revealing secret things to you. I feel like I have like a secret, some kind of secret, I don't know. I feel like I'm being revealed. I feel like He's revealing to me secrets about this person without them even knowing it. And it's pretty cool. So take the time to take this really serious. Ask God to reveal to you what to pray. Ask Him to reveal to you what things in you need to be worked on. Like during this whole time of praying for my future spouse, praying for my husband, God's been showing me things that He has been doing, over the last few years. I've been single, I guess 5 years. Don't get me. I lost track. I don't keep up with it. But He's shown me things that He's matured me in, things that I didn't even know were there, things that I didn't even realize He was doing until He just started opening my eyes up to, this is why I had you wait. This is why I had this right here happen. This is why A, B, and C happened. This is why this has been this long. And I'm so grateful, you guys. I'm so thankful that He gave me the patience to not, get involved in a lot of relationships here and there, to not get caught up in being single, and to finally understand the importance of your singleness. There's so much that he's doing in our singleness, and we don't like to hear that sometimes when we're ready to be married. We don't want to hear that. Take advantage of your singleness. I know we don't want to hear that, but I am learning that it's so true. And I know, I shadow of a doubt, that he had to get me to this place for me to fully receive who he had for me. I had to see how important relationships are. I had to see it from his lens. I had to see what two people coming together under God is really meant to be. And it has changed my whole perspective on relationships and the importance of them, and how you have to be so very careful with who you connect with, because there are things that he has put you here to do, and a person can either derail you or propel you. They can either get you off track, or they can cause you to just go further, because when you two come together, it's going to be a powerhouse. It's going to be a powerhouse. It's going to be this powerful union that God's going to use in so many ways. And I do not want to get in the way of what God's doing in someone else's life. So I only ask that God bring those individuals, that individual who is meant to walk life with me. I don't want to get anyone else off track. So that's why it's so important that I allow God to lead me, to guide my steps, to order my steps, that I only connect with the one that fits my purpose, my vision, and vice versa. I want to give my husband the utmost respect. I want to be what he needs to complement him, to help push his vision to be what he needs. So this time has become so important. It's become so special, and God has done much, you guys. God has done so much in my heart. He's done so much in my mind. He's done so much. And I'm just so excited that when he finally brings that person to my life, that I'm able to share all these beautiful things that he's done in me. I'm able to assist this person, to help this person, to love this person, to be what this person needs. I'm so excited about that. So more than anything, I just ask God, keep me focused on him. Keep my prayer life consistent, because I know I will please this individual if I stay connected to God. Because that's the key. You have to stay connected to God, because he will teach you how to love that person. He will give you the grace for that person. That's another thing that I pray when I'm praying for my relationship. I pray that God will give us the grace for each other, because we're going to be flawed. We're not going to be perfect. But God gives us special grace for the other. Like that he will be able to deal with my stuff. I'm able to deal with his stuff. We have the grace, the patience to deal with one another, the love. It's all because of who we serve. So we don't need to get so caught up in, the actual idea of, I want to pray for my future spouse so he can come. I want to pray for my future spouse because I'm ready to receive him. No, we need to pray for him so he can be ready. So you can be ready. So you can be positioned to receive him. Don't just pray for him. That I don't just pray for the things that God's revealing to you to pray for. Don't just pray that you find him. Don't just pray that y'all meet, but pray for his strength. Pray for courage. Pray for boldness. Pray for prosperity. Pray that he's walking according to his purpose and plan. Pray that his steps are ordered by God. Pray that he hears from God. Pray that he's led by God's Spirit. You need that. You need a man that can be Spirit-led. Pray that he understands the importance of relationship and what it all means to the Father. There's so many things you want to pray, because you want to be in a position where you both are hearing from God, and you both are aware of the significance, of the power, of the impact that a godly relationship can bring to him and his kingdom. It's not about just being together, being happy and in love and hugs and kisses and all that good stuff. No, it's so much deeper. It's so much deeper. And I just know that as you pray and lift this person up, God begins to reveal to you that it's not just because you want to be booed up. It's not just because you want to, experience the love and celebrate holidays with someone and all that good stuff. No. God has an assignment. God has a plan for you and your spouse. It's so much bigger to God. Yes, he wants you happy. Yes, he wants you to, to be able to really experience how it is to be in love and to truly love someone. But there's so much more. There are things that God wants to do through you and that person. And it is imperative that you pray for one another, that you be positioned that you be ready, that you be prepared to be what that person needs, to push that person's vision, that you complement one another the way God desires so you can move forward into doing the things that He specifically wanted you to do together. A beautiful thing to think that the person that God has for you is praying for you, and hopefully and prayerfully if they're in relationship with God, that they're praying specifically for things that God is revealing to them. And it's just such a beautiful thing to know that as you do this, as you pray for one another, as you lift one another up, that you're just, God's bringing your steps closer and closer and closer together. You guys, I pray for our actual meeting. I pray for, God has me praying for when we actually meet. Like I'm praying that we know that, like, God allows it to be a spirit-to-spirit connection, that we know, okay, this is the one I've been praying for. We're probably not going to tell each other that right off, because that would be kind of spooky. Maybe, I guess. But I'm just praying that God, there will be a knowing in my spirit, a knowing that this is the person that you've been praying for. This is the person that I've been having you pray specifically for. And it'll just all make sense. It'll all make sense why I pray for A, B, and C. It's so important to be able to hear that yes. Who knows? You probably heard so many no's. How many of us are tired of hearing the no's? The no's, what I mean is when you find yourself attracted to somebody and God's like, no, it's a no, dog. I'm not feeling that. Or you even get so far as to start dating this person, knowing you probably should have asked God, and know you probably ignored things and just kind of put stuff aside because you just want to see. And you find yourself in a situation that you should not have been in, and then you had to hurt someone, hurt yourself, and get out of the relationship because you were not being led by God, but you were being led by your flesh. So it's gonna be such a great thing to finally hear the yes in a relationship. To hear yes, this is the one you've been praying for. And it takes communication with God to be in that place. You have to just squash all your what you want, squash all of that, and just be spirit led. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch my video. I had no idea what I was going to talk about when I first started this video, but God definitely had His way. He definitely had a lot to say, and I was blessed just hearing it. It's just amazing how God's been moving in my life. Things He's been teaching me, and it's just amazing, and it's just encouraging and uplifting, and I'm so excited to share with you guys. I hope it encourages you. I hope it inspires you to give God this area of your life. I hope it inspires you to pray for your future spouses. It is so needed, it is necessary, and it's so powerful. I pray that as you do so, you begin to see God move. God begin to reveal to you things about your future spouse, what to pray, how to move, what to do. And I just pray that as you do this, that you're walking closer and closer and closer to that divine appointment with the one God has for you. I love you guys. May God bless you. Subscribe if you haven't, so you can keep up with all the many things that's coming your way. Have a great day, and I love you. Bye.